Hi everyone, I'm Bradley Sward, and this is my Day 24 Part 1 solution to the Advent of Code 2024 competition. The problem is called cross wires, and almost as always, and here in this case, I am solving the problem in Python. We're simulating a CPU basically, and so, or just a computer in general. We have a bunch of variables, we have a bunch of rules, we have a bunch of things going on. We're trying to figure out a number. We're trying to figure out a solution here. We're simulating an AND gate, and of course an OR gate, an XOR gate, and again, all computer scientists should understand. All of these gates take two inputs, trues and falses basically, so there's four different ways that these things can go in, and one output, and in case of an AND gate, a 1 and a 1 makes a 1, otherwise it's a 0. And for an OR gate, the only time it's false or 0 is when both are 0, otherwise it's a 1. Or an XOR gate, they both have to be different, exclusive OR. So if one is 0 and the other is 1, yeah, that's a true, but they have to be different in those two cases. And so when we have here, we have a bunch of variables, we have a bunch of rules, and we need to be able to figure out how to work down all of these rules to get us this, basically get to work the computer down to where it needs to go. We're simulating kind of in a way how a CPU does, or the ALU portion of the CPU does the work of working math. It's kind of cool. I mean, a lot of these problems are just software solutions to what happens in hardware, and it teaches you a ton about how the computer works under the hood. But anyway, so coming back here, so for this problem, we're working down, well, x0, 0, this should be replaced with a 1, and this should be replaced with a 0, and 1 and 0 is a 0, so we should put a 0 into the z0, 0, and then keep going, right? And that's the basic idea. The idea here is we have our variables, and I'm just going to make a pass through our rules, substituting for x, whatever variables, the numbers, and then when both of these things are filled in, I'm going to set up a new variable with this being the variable and whatever the result is being the new value, and then we'll delete that from the list. And so we'll work our way down from a giant list. So just to say my file set, all this is nonsense. I don't even need to look at it. There's my number. Where's my data? Here's my data. So there's 90 variables to account for and 100 something rules. I don't even know how many rules. But again, if you just keep working this down, make a pass through all of these, substituting and then eliminating and moving over, eventually you'll have all variables, you'll have no rules, and then we can go through and do the final step, which is to look at all of the y variables from low to high, and then make a binary number out of that. That's kind of how we're going, and you can already see that my solution gets me a number of this large number here. So let's take a look at my code and how we did that. And so not a lot going on here, so I read in the file, but then what I do here is, like, until I see a line break, then I just generate things and I say, okay, give me on the left hand side of that thing, right? Give me the variable name and then give me its value, and I just set up a dictionary for that value, key value pair for all of those. And I'm presuming again that these are all unique, which in the real world might be different, but this is supposed to be a fun problem. And then after the line break, I go in and basically I'm just taking the line, just taking spaces as the breaks, and using the split functionality. This is element 0, this is element 2, 1, 2, and 4. We don't care about 3, but we're going to be using 0, 1, 2, and 4 for the following processes, right? And so just to show real fast here, so here the rule set, there is my list. Again, who knows, whatever, I can make it more efficient, but here are my variables. That is a dictionary or a map here. This key is this value, and so forth and so on. And so now, as I was saying here, as I'm going through, I go one by one by one through all the rules over and over and over again until the rules are reduced down to nothing. And just to say, okay, well, check to see, let's see, for every rule in here, basically go through, and this is the substitution step. Go ahead and to element 0 and element 2, and if whatever is in there is in the variable map, replace it. Replace the string with the integer value, and then I go through every rule, and then from there I go, okay, now I make another pass, and I probably could make, now that I know how I'm going to do this, I probably could reduce this. It's already instantaneous, at least for part 1 here. But just to say here, okay, so I make that substitution, and now I go through and I go, hey, have I replaced both both operators with integer values? And if so, then I'm going to basically go ahead and add the new variable and then remove the rule from the list and keep going again until I'm down to nothing. And then when I'm down to nothing, then I'm going to go through here, and so now I have my variable list. So this is all that matters. So just to say again, the rules list is empty now. The variables list has a bunch of numbers in it, but all we care about are the ones that start with y. And then we're going to go ahead and from here, this is the 0 bit, this is the 1's bit, this is the 2's bit, or or if you want to think about the 1's bit, the 2's bits, the 4 bit, and so forth and so on. And so there's how many, 40 something, and again, the tricky part is this is a map, so I just went through and I said, okay, let's turn this into a list only with the ones that have z's in it. And then I sort this because I want to know, well, which key value pair, right? Z0 is going to be the, it comes before Z2 or Z17 or whatever it is. And so I sort that, and then I just go through and I just do a little math to figure out the binary part of that, and I print out the solution. And so there's my number, there's my solution to part 1, and I'll be looking at part 2. I am 3 stars away. This problem and a little bit more. I've never looked into if the 50th star is just a congratulations you did it star, if you did all the other 49, because I know you have to have all 49 to get number 50. I'm looking forward to finding out in the future. So thanks for watching this. If you have any comments or below, please comment below as always. Thanks for watching all my videos. I'm plowing through this. I'm having a lot of fun. Can't wait for it to end in a way, though. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. See you later.